Hello, everyone. Welcome to an exciting and interactive event brought to you by Jumpstart Refugee Talent and New Canadians TV Network. We are so thrilled to have you all joining us today from different corners of Canada. I want you to all get ready for an unforgettable experience filled with knowledge, entertainment, and networking. So I'm your host today, Saima Jamal. I'm a recruitment specialist from Jumpstart Refugee Talent. My job is to connect refugees from all across Canada with meaningful employment. I spend a good part of my adult life with advocacy work for refugees on anti-racism issues, on gender issues, on minority communities. And it gives me so much pleasure to guide you today on this incredible journey. And so, with further ado, let's get started. So, why are we here today? We're here today to celebrate World Refugee Day. Every year on 20th June, the world celebrates the strength and the courage of people who have been forced to flee their home country to escape conflict or persecution. So World Refugee Day, it's an international day and it honors refugees from around the world. In 2023, the theme for the World Refugee Day is a hope away from home. Isn't that beautiful? Hope away from home. It's a world where refugees are always included in the communities that they settle in. In Canada, refugees, along with people like myself, we settle into Indigenous land. And with that, I would like to start the land acknowledgement and would like to kick off the Refugee Expo by welcoming Jenna Robar to lead us through the land acknowledgement. Please help us to welcome Jenna.
Walalin, thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here today with you folks. I will start in my ancestral language, the Mi'kmaq language. Nintelwisi, Jenarobar, Wadapixi, Unamaki, Ahmikmaki, Ninkipu. Hello, everyone. It's great to be here. It's a great and sunny day. I said in my language, my name is Jenna Robar. I use she and her pronouns. I am from the Eagle Clan. The word is Kitbu, and I am from Unamahi, or Land of the Fog, which is also known as Cape Breton. That's in Nova Scotia on the east coast of what's currently Canada, known as Mi'kma'ki, Land of the Mi'kmaq. I myself am Innu, Mi'kmaq, and Acadian. So I am so honored to be able to open up the Refugee Expo today. And to start us off right now, I wanted to ask you folks to take a moment to think about the lands that you live, work, and play on. What do you love most about it? Is it the park? Is it how the trees demonstrate respect and collaboration as they grow together? Is it kayaking in the summer, skiing in the winter, or maybe it's how the land allows you to grow food? Now take a moment to imagine how this land used to look when the earliest ancestral caretakers of the land lived in a beautiful flow with every aspect of the land. Imagine what it could have looked like, smelled like, how the little strawberries would have tasted from the late summer sun, and the feeling of community taking care of each other every single day. Many elders tell us that when we take care of the land takes care of us. This rings true for issues as large as climate change, or as personal as harvesting those little strawberries, or harvesting your own food with a community member on the land and having a healing discussion because of the environment that you're in. So in the Mi'kmaq language, we say up jalasi. And if you could say it back, I will hear it. Up jalasi. That means welcome, but more specifically, it means come and take your place here. So I thought it was very appropriate for us and our purposes here today, because everyone has a place here. Everyone has something to contribute, something that they're going to take away. I call these planting seeds. So come and take your place here. Bienvenue, walalio. Thank you, folks, so much, and welcome to all of you joining us today from wherever your feet have landed on the ground of what we call Turtle Island, also known as North America. In the language of the Huron Iroquois folks, Kanata means village or town, and that's where we got the name of our country, what's currently known as Canada. And we are gathering on the ancestral, traditional, present, past, future, unceded lands of those ancestral caretakers wherever you are on this beautiful island. We call it Turtle Island. And as we gather here today on different parts of Turtle Island, again, if you look at the map, you can kind of see that North America is almost shaped like a turtle. And there's a beautiful story there too, if you're interested in learning about Indigenous creation stories and how we learned to call this Turtle Island. So as we gather on different parts of this beautiful Turtle Island as newcomers, as settlers, and as guests on this land, as the descendants of the earliest caretakers of the land even, we remember and acknowledge those Indigenous ancestors who bravely fought to protect the land, their languages, cultures, and their children. Indigenous peoples have continuously been guiding us forward with their teachings and knowledge since the beginning of time, all while providing settlers, newcomers with what they needed to survive in a new country. So I wanted to draw your attention to the importance of being a great citizen of this land, which means being willing to do your part to learn and listen and understand the darker stories woven into Turtle Island's history. To learn about the traditional ancestral territories that you're living on, as well as to celebrate the many, many accomplishments of Indigenous peoples who sacrificed so much for this place that we live, work, and play on today. And these are the agreements of sharing our land and will remain our duty as citizens, old and new. It's also Pride Month. It's also Indigenous Histories Month. There's a lot going on this month. So you can find opportunities to make connections, build relationships with Indigenous peoples all month long and going forward. It's so important to recognize the shared experiences between Indigenous peoples, community members, and refugees, newcomers to what's currently Canada. Both groups have faced displacement, loss of land maybe, cultural disruption. And through learning about Indigenous cultures and history, newcomers to what's currently Canada can gain valuable insights into topics like resilience, connection to the land, and sustainable practices. So I wanted to encourage you folks to really engage in that. I hope I'm planting seeds with you folks today to respectfully explore opportunities for cultural exchange and learning. We have to also emphasize the importance of building bridges between Indigenous peoples, refugees, newcomers, everyone in what's currently Canada through collaboration, dialogue, and partnerships. Those things are key. Everyone can learn from each other's experiences because newcomers, refugees to Canada are full of experiences. They're full of wisdom, from their own home countries, their own homes. No one comes empty-handed. We have so much to share, knowledge, and we can all work together towards this more inclusive and harmonious society. And just before I move on to share my song with you folks, for those who are interested in learning more about Indigenous peoples and what's currently Canada, I would encourage you to look at the library if you're able. Your local library likely has a lot of extensive collections of books, films, and other materials related to Indigenous peoples in Canada. They could also organize events, author talks, other events that highlight Indigenous voices and perspectives. And if you folks are on social media, there are many, many Indigenous-led social media accounts on platforms like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook that can provide valuable insights into Indigenous cultures, languages, issues affecting Indigenous peoples, and to amplify those voices. Please go looking because there's lots to find. So I'm going to share a song with you folks, and it's a song I learned from a beautiful grandmother. It's called Grandmother Easter's Lullaby Song. So I learned this song while I was living and working in what's currently called Toronto, land of the standing trees. and it's a song that I always carry with me. So it's a lullaby song, but it's also a song to help ground everyone and to start us off during any event in a really good way. So I'll share a little bit of that song with you folks and hopefully plant that, and it'll be stuck in your head for the rest of the day. This is my drum. Her name is Tepkanusita. It means full moon in Mi'kmaq. And I made it myself. Humba, 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 wayo. Humba, humba, wayo. Humba, 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 wayo. Humba, wayo, waya. Way, 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 wayo. Way, wayo, oh, waya. Ya. Humba, wayo, waya. Humba, 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 wayo. Humba, humba, wayo. Humba, 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 wayo. Humba, wayo, waya. Way, 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 wayo. Way, wayo, oh, waya. Ya. Humba, wayo, waya. Humba, 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 wayo. Humba, humba, wayo. Humba, 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 wayo. Humba, wayo, waya. Way, 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 wayo. Way, wayo, oh, waya. Ya. Humba, wayo, waya. Humba, 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 wayo. Humba, humba, wayo. Humba, 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 wayo. Humba, wayo, waya. Way, 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 wayo. Way, wayo, oh, waya. Ya. Humba, wayo, waya. These are the sounds. Thank you, folks. I see all the little reactions. This is a song that I hold near and dear to me. It's one of those very soothing songs. It's a very maternal, motherly kind of song for Mother Earth. And we say that the sound of the drum is similar to the first sound that you hear even before you're born, your mother's heartbeat. So I hold this one very close to me, and I hope you folks enjoyed it. Have an excellent day here. I think you're really going to have a day of connections and collaborations and really insightful messages. I know tomorrow is World Refugee Day, and the day after is Indigenous Peoples Day in what's currently Canada. And it's not, a mystery why these two are put together. There's so much from these neighboring days as neighbors in what's currently Canada that we have to share. And I encourage you folks to plant those seeds and see what grows. So I want to thank you folks again for having me. Walalio.
Thank you, Jenna. That was probably one of the most loveliest and most impactful land acknowledgement that I've ever experienced. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for your words, your music, your knowledge. It is so important to acknowledge that, and that's what's going to facilitate a better future for all of us in this mosaic of cultures that we call Canada. I'm reading the comments in the chat box, and it's very inspiring reading all your comments. So please do keep them coming. Loving the hellos, loving the acknowledgments of the land acknowledgments. So yes, definitely keep them coming, guys. This is what keeps us going, to your encouragement and your feedback. Before we dive into the event, let us take a moment to actually thank our sponsors. These are the guys that made this event possible. Wanted to thank CIBC and Kibbe for making this event possible. Their support and dedication have played a vital role in shaping today's program. So let me just quickly run you through what's in store for you today. So in the event schedule, you'll see that it's jam-packed agenda. We have right at the beginning opening remarks, followed by a very captivating keynote speech. We have two very engaging panel discussions with esteemed Canadian refugee authors and advocates. And to make this event official, I mean, no event can be official without some music and some dancing. So we have a live music performance for you. And to encourage some wellness and to get your eyes removed from the screen, we have this Afro dance lesson for you that's going to get your hips moving a little bit and get your wellness going as well. So, yes, these panels and performances will be taking place at different sessions. And when one session is over, you can join a different one. And once a new session starts, you will get an alert to join the session. So, you'll know on your screen when a new session is starting. And by any chance, if you miss something, don't worry. This whole event is getting recorded, and it will be available for you through the AirMeet link that you registered on. And it'll also be available for the registered participant in Jumpstart and New Canadians website. So it'll be available for the next couple of weeks. So do go and see it again if you missed anything. And in between these sessions, you'll get the ability to visit booths and network. So there is this trademark and booths that you'll see in your schedule. So you'll definitely go visit those, and you'll see incredible entrepreneurs in those booths. You'll see these are all Canadian refugees and settlement agencies. You'll meet WES, you'll meet World University Services, you'll meet Syrian Canadian Center, Mosaic, Kinbrace, the Refugee Center, and you'll meet the New Canadians, our partners, and of course, you'll meet us. You'll have all of the Jumpstart refugee talent, our colleagues waiting for you in those different booths to go say hello to learn about us. All who support newcomers are waiting for you to network with them and just to go and visit our booths if you have any questions. Another important thing, we have prizes for this event. 3 winners are going to be chosen tomorrow. How do you win these prizes? You know, the more sessions you attend, the more booths and tables you visit, the more you engage, the more you get points towards the leaderboard, which is you'll find on the top right corner of your screen. You can learn about how to earn more points that way. This, for example, like right now, if you ask a question during a panel, you get 50 points. If you visit a table and chat with the vendor, you get 100 points. So tomorrow we'll let you know who won these prizes, and we'll reach out to the winners with their prizes. Okay? So keep on engaging, guys. That's the whole point. So now we're gonna go towards our opening remarks. But before I send you to our inspiring keynote speaker, we will start the opening remarks from our organizers. So starting with is my colleague, Director of Programs and Strategy at Jumpstart Refugee Talent, Rand Al-Jamal. Rand is an accomplished change maker with over 17 years of management experience. Rand dedicated her career to empowering marginalized communities globally and locally in Canada. So please help me welcome Rand. Rand.
Thank you, Saima. Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us from various parts of the world to celebrate a very unique day in a very innovative way. Welcome to our very first virtual Refugee Expo. Today's event is brought to you by the brilliant minds behind Jumpstart Refugee Talent, our very passionate and creative team who wanted to mark World Refugee Day this year by creating a national, which turned global, and an inclusive celebration of culture and creativity. My name is Randal Jamal, and it is with great pleasure that I speak before you today to celebrate the incredible contributions of refugees as exemplary leaders in our world. Today, we gather not only to recognize their strength, resilience, and determination, but also to acknowledge and celebrate the invaluable role they play in shaping communities, economies, and our world at large. At Jumpstart, we pride ourselves in being refugee led, with over 70% of our colleagues having lived experience. Our programs and services are designed, delivered, and are constantly being fine tuned by refugees and forcibly displaced individuals. Every day, we are driven by the immense dedication and brilliance of our clients. Their resilience and motivation to restart their careers in their new home is what moves us. We believe everyone benefits from a true economic empowerment and meaningful inclusion of refugee talent. 2 years after 1948, when my family had to flee home for their own safety, my grandfather rewrote the constitution of his new country. My mom was 4 then, but it did not take her very long to start giving back to her new home. At the age of 20, with a bachelor's degree under her belt, she started teaching physics to generations of female high schoolers. Throughout history, countless refugees have risen to become brilliant leaders in their respective fields. They have excelled as scientists, entrepreneurs, artists, educators, activists, and public servants. Their accomplishment not only inspire us, but also remind us of the boundless potential that lies within each and every one of us. Today, we are very honored to be joined by some of the world's most renowned and incredible refugee leaders, authors, activists, and musicians. What makes refugees truly exceptional leaders is their unique perspective and firsthand understanding of the importance of empathy, compassion, and unity. Having experienced displacement and a longing for a sense of belonging, they possess an innate ability to connect with others, fostering understanding and promoting harmony within diverse communities. Their lived experiences enable them to bridge cultural divides, promote inclusivity, and create environments that celebrate diversity and nurture collaboration. Today, as we honor refugees, let us also remember that their success is a testament to the power of embracing diversity and providing opportunities for all individuals, regardless of their origins. By recognizing their talents, skills, and resilience, we not only uplift the lives of refugees, but also enrich our own societies. It is my sincere hope that we continue to foster an environment where refugees can thrive and contribute to their fullest extent. By doing so, we not only create a more just and inclusive world, but also unlock a vast reservoir of talent and potential that benefits us all. Once again, I extend my warmest welcome and deepest appreciation to the refugees amongst us. Your extraordinary journeys and remarkable achievements inspire us all, and we are grateful for the invaluable contributions you make as exemplary leaders. I hope you enjoyed today's event as much as we have enjoyed putting it together. If you haven't done so yet, please consult your list of refugee-owned restaurants that are near you to enjoy a fully immersive experience. This event would not have been possible without the support of our partner, New Canadians, and sponsors Kibi and CIBC. Thank you everyone for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Rand. I loved hearing your story of your family. It is those stories of our backgrounds, of our history, of our forefathers, and how we came here is what really makes us understand the refugee journey so much better. So, thank you for telling us that. And thank you for all your work in Jumpstart. We would now like to invite the managing director of New Horizon Media, Gerard Kilejian. In April 2015, Gerard launched New Canadians, a national TV network dedicated to newcomers to Canada and would be immigrants. Gerard is passionate about newcomer integration and immigrant entrepreneurship, and he frequently speaks at immigrant related events across Canada. So let us please welcome Gerard.
Thank you, Saima, and thank you, Rand, as well, for this welcome. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today for the very first Refugee Expo. I'd like to personally and on behalf of the New Canadians TV network, everyone in the team, welcome you to this event and wish you also a pleasant and experience throughout the day, attending all the sessions and enjoying all the activities that will be organized. As Saima mentioned, we launched New Canadians in 2015. And I'll give you briefly, for those of you who don't know about New Canadians, through our work at New Canadians every day, we strive to connect newcomers to Canada, whether they are immigrants, whether they are refugees or international students. We strive to connect them to resources, to trusted information on resources and services that help them build a successful life in Canada. And we do that by producing helpful, informative interviews, feature stories, by creating valuable resources and helping them make meaningful connections through all these activities, as I mentioned, and also through events in person or virtual, such as today's event. And because we love collaboration as well, we couldn't do so without having a great partner in Jumpstart Refugee Talent to join hands to bring this event to you. I know it's not easy for immigrants and especially for refugees who come to Canada. After all, they're uprooting themselves, starting all over, sometimes from scratch. In some cases, fleeing difficult situations, circumstances, war, violence, persecution for various reasons. And it wasn't easy for me as well as when I arrived in Canada over 12 years ago. But as I learned and as I saw and as we see in our work today, every day actually, there's a lot of support out there. There's a lot of Canadian organizations and individuals who like to help. And so those immigrants and refugees could enjoy this support to help build a successful life in Canada, to help share and contribute their skills and their experience to make this country even greater than it is now. And we do so through our platforms, whether it's the national TV show, whether it's our web portal, newcanadians.tv, or our YouTube channel, or our events such as this one that we're organizing. One more thing I want to say, I won't keep you long because I stand between you and a number of amazing sessions, the first of which will be the keynote speaker. Just one more point to wrap up my speech is that this event is also very personal for me because for a very brief period, at 5 years of age, I was a refugee for about 1 month, but even more so because my grandparents, all 4 of them were refugees who fled the Armenian genocide and found refuge in Lebanon. They met in an orphanage, and then they brought my parents to this world and us. And they made huge sacrifices to allow us to build a successful life and enjoy this world. So once again, so thank you to them as well in heaven. And on behalf of Jumpstart Refugee Talent, our partners in this event, and the New Canadians TV network, I once again welcome you to this event and invite you to enjoy all the sessions today, make the most of it, visit all the booths, network, and listen to the panels, to the musical and dance performances. And this brings us to the next segment on our agenda for today, which is the keynote speech with Sharzad Tajbakhsh. So this wraps up the welcoming remarks and the land acknowledgement for today, and we'll see you in the next session, which is the keynote speech. Thank you.